Sometimes you don't get things right the first go around, and that's okay. If you can be okay with not getting things right every single time the first time it happens, or the first time you do things, you'll be just fine. Knowing that you won't do everything perfect the first time around is okay. So I got my notes as always because I normally take notes whenever I make these videos. So let's talk about insecurity. Whenever one is insecure, they get offended easily. Whenever one is insecure, they tend to compare themselves to others. How do I know? I've been there. I've definitely compared myself to other people because I felt like I was inadequate, right? There have been moments where, let's take for instance, I'll give you a personal example. I had a studio once. Back when I was living in a specific city, I had my own apartment, I had my own studio. This is before I got married. And in this photo studio that I had, I thought this was gonna be my way to capitalize on the space that I have and be able to bring clients in, do photo shoots, do video shoots, or whatever content that I wanted to create, right? I thought it was only for me. I thought it was all about me. Selfish, right? Okay, so when it came to me running this studio, I didn't realize that I was gonna have to share this space, or not so much as share the space, but allow one of my friends to rent the studio out. And they were getting booked way more than I was. I can count on one hand how many times I may have gotten booked in that studio. The thing is, I started comparing myself to that person because I was looking at how they were able to easily bring in clients. They didn't have a studio, but I provided the access for the studio for them. Thing is, I was looking at it like this. If I'm not getting booked for all these shoots and I'm not being able to make the money that I thought I was gonna make, why does he get to do it? Why does he get to make it? It's a crazy way of thinking. Thank God God delivered me from that. And there's so many different examples in the Bible when it comes to insecurity. It's like, for instance, in Exodus, Moses was told by God to go to the Egyptians and tell them that I am who I am sent you, and to also deliver a message. Moses didn't feel like he was able to speak because he had a stuttering problem. So he felt as though, since he is slow in speech, since he had a stuttering problem and he would stumble over his words, that he wasn't fit to deliver the message that God had him to deliver, right? So Exodus 3:11 through 12. But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt?" And God said, so he said, verse 12, "I will certainly be with you, and this shall be a sign to you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain." I am that I am is who God told Moses to say sent him. If God confirms you, which God confirms his children, then what are we to be insecure about? Yeah, we may have flaws, we may have things that we think make us inadequate, but God says otherwise. So are you gonna listen to your Father, God, or are you gonna listen to the enemy that tries to tell you that you're inadequate, that you're unworthy, that you're incapable of doing these things, that you're unqualified when God qualified you? Hey, hope this helps.